A narcissist abuses you through their different hobbies. They waste their resources, burn all their money, and put all their time and efforts into living and loving their hobbies. When held accountable, they blame you for being jealous, callous, cruel, and say you are not happy for my happiness. They do not think about your future or the consequences. Rather, they do not have foresight. They only know how to blame, how to be reckless, and how to keep living their addictions. Let's talk about this further in today's episode. I am Danish, a psychologist and a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. In this episode, we are going to talk about how a narcissist abuses you through their hobbies. If that sounds weird, but at the same time interesting, please stay until the very end, for you may know what happened to you and how you were abused invisibly. Also, make sure to subscribe before we get started, because your subscription, as I always say, helps in spreading awareness about narcissistic abuse. What makes it extremely difficult to be around a narcissist or to get into a serious relationship with a narcissist is that you are subjected to unreliability, a lot of instability, because they do not play their part while you do everything you can. You make your finances our finances. You make your assets our assets. Everything becomes joint from your side, which they exploit, which they take advantage of. You do that because you trust them. You know that this is we now. It was me, but now it's we, so that's my identity. I love to be there for my family. I love to save for my children, and I should do it because I want to give them a better life. However, your narcissistic partner does not think the same way. Your narcissistic partner wants you to give them the access to all of your resources. They should be able to freely spend your money. And if you do so, you trust that they won't be reckless, that they will know how to save the resources for your future and for your children's future. But they fail to do so. They fail to do so because they think about only one person. And guess who is that? Themselves, their own narcissistic false self. And these reckless morons are driven by impulsive desires. The need for instant gratification is what informs their decision-making process. For example, if you have to buy a new car, you will think about it first. Do I need it? Am I in a position to get it? They won't. If they need it, they will get it. There is no should I get it. For these reasons, I say a narcissist abuses you through their hobbies. Let's say you are married to a narcissist, or you are in a relationship with a narcissist who loves cars. It's okay to have a couple of cars. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with having cars. But when you're obsessed about having cars because you chase novelty and you do not care about your resources and you do not care about the consequences, that is what makes it an addiction. More than that, a selfish, egocentric desire that you keep fulfilling, but it is never ending. They keep getting those cars, and when you try to hold them accountable and say, what about us? What about our welfare? It was our money, you should have asked me. Then they become the victim, they play Darvo. They make it seem like you're not happy with their happiness, or that you are controlling them. They say things like, oh, I see why you're doing that. You don't want me to live my best life. We had that money, so I spent it. That's how their brain works. But they don't ask, is it okay for me to have spent it? What about my child's education now? What about any medical emergency that may arise? You're the only one who is left to think about all those things. And when any crisis hits you, they're the first one to step back and say, I don't know, I'm washing my hands of responsibility, you take care of it now. And that's when only you struggle and suffer. But they don't care about it. Why would they? For they do not love you. They do not see it as a partnership. Another example of this could be a narcissistic parent with whom you are trying to have a cordial relationship, and they are trying to take advantage of you. How? By asking for money. More money. Why? I need to buy that house. This house, it's moldy. When it's not. Or there can be something done. about it, or you do not have that kind of money, but you still give them. You say, it's fine, I'll just deal with it, but I just want them to be happy. And then they get the next house, which is their hobby, and they exploit you. They move to that house all of a sudden within few months after getting down from their high horses, and that after that instant gratification, the high fades away, they need another house. And they keep jumping from one place to the other. When you try to hold them accountable, there goes the victimhood. I don't think it would be wrong to say a narcissist lives or tries to live their best life at your expense, at the expense of your and your children's stability. They do not care about your relationship. Let's say it's the same parent who wants a new piece of jewelry every single month, whether or not you can afford it. You have to give it to them. If you don't, then the comparison starts. So-and-so's son and so-and-so's daughter, and or your own siblings, then you are guilt-tripped into fawning. Is that fair? No, it's not. Is that love? Of course not. Love does not make you only think about yourself. Love makes you think about the other person first and then yourself, which does not mean you have to self-sacrifice continuously. Of course not. It just means that you'll care about them. You'll think before asking something. They do not only exploit you through money-related hobbies. They also steal your time. Time they should give you. They should give to their children. Let's say your partner is a gamer and they're addicted to playing games. They spend all their time there sitting on that couch playing games and getting really angry when you ask them to get up and take care of their children or give some time to you. The moment you get close to them, you're pushed back and they rage. The entitlement is that they want everything to be done. Give them food, they'll eat there. Clean the house up, change diapers, take your children to school, drop them off, bring them back. Everything, go earn, wash, cook. My goodness, it never stops with such a selfish person. Here is a small disclaimer though. Not every person who is addicted to playing games is a narcissist. I'm not saying that. That is an entirely different problem, needs a different solution. That's a subset of this population. We're talking about narcissists who have a hobby of playing games and give that hobby the first priority over everything else. My father had a very different hobby. Call it a hobby or addiction, I don't know at this point. But he was obsessed with his kitchen garden. Would spend hours working there, taking care of it. I understand sometimes you can be really passionate about it, but there is a limit to everything. To use other people as objects, to take advantage of them, and to use their bodies to get what you want out of that kitchen garden is exploitation and control to me. It's not normal, and that is what he would do to us, to me and my sister. We would have to leave everything behind on weekends and go with him and work there, whether or not we wanted to do it, whether or not we had any other plans. We had to give up on everything, and if we ever rebelled or revolted, we would get punished. Their hobbies come first, no matter who is impacted. Everybody has to adjust, change, adapt, and let them live their hobbies. You cannot ever question them. You cannot ask for any relaxation. You cannot ask for time. You cannot ask for contribution. On weekends, let's say it's your partner or parent who goes to play golf. They spend hours there neglecting you while trying to get supply from other people, strangers there, trying to impress them, trying to cheat and flirt, and you are at home worried because everything is on you. You're exhausted, and when they come back, they want you to be all happy, joyful, welcome them, worship them, because they have come back after doing such a great work, haven't they? But when they fail to see you all cheered up, for obvious reasons, they blame you for being negative. You're so pathetic. Other people have partners and they're so happy with them, and I got this. I don't know what I did to deserve you. You have made my life hell. Basically, what they are demanding is a performance. Or why are you not a part of my circus? You don't have to be your authentic self. I don't care about your exhaustion. I don't care about your needs. I don't care about what you want. I only care about how you have to function and put up a front for me because I have come back from playing golf, so I want you to be nice. I want you to be okay. Why would you complain when I am entitled to do what I want to do and you have to adjust because that is your role in my life? That is exactly how their mentality works, and that's how unrealistic their expectations are, and that's how deeply selfish they are. That was the end of this episode. I hope you found it insightful. If you did, let me know in the comments. I'll talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.